It's live with Regis and Kelly. Today, Regis takes on Emma. It's the battle of the talk show host versus the 100-year-old bowler. And Broadway and film actor Matthew Broderick. And from the series Legend of the Seeker, Bridget Regan. Plus more viewer comments and questions on another edition of Regis and Kelly's Inbox. All next on Live. Now, here are Regis Philbin and Kelly Ripa.
Thank you.
Oh, boy. Hi, everybody. Thank you very much. It's Friday, May 22nd, 2009, the beginning of a Memorial Day weekend. We're all happy about that.
Barbecues.
Absolutely.
Do you do one every year, like a little?
We do, yeah. It's fun. It really is. It's part of the whole tradition of summer, isn't it?
It is. It lets you know. And plus up the white pants.
Yeah, that's right. And this is the beginning of Grill Week.
It is.
All summer we have Grill Week on Friday. Grill Friday, rather.
Grill Fridays.
And don't forget, the fleet is in town. Some great Navy warships down there on the Hudson River Pier, and the public is invited, and you should take advantage of it and go take a look and see what our Navy looks like.
They really are spectacular.
And you'll be very impressed, yeah.
Yep.
So Fleet Week underway. Oh, and here's something else. You know, Broadway is being shut down. Portions of it are. Frankly, a lot of people are wondering why, but I guess it's the foot traffic that is so intense there, especially during a weekend like this. But I don't know. I don't know if you're in a cab and you're trying to get somewhere. This is going to be a big traffic bottleneck. But I say nothing. I'm not involved, you know. I really am not.
I saw something in the news that's very interesting because you're always, you're always asking us when we're going to have another baby, when we're going to have another baby.
Yeah.
When are you going to have another baby? Well, there is a lady in Britain, an unmarried woman who is 66 years old, who is going to be the oldest mom in the world.
No kidding. 66, huh? Good for her.
I say to you, enjoy. When are you going to have another baby?
A lot of pressure on us. Aren't you the one to have the baby?
But no, I'm just saying, you could have a baby of your very own.
Well, when Joy reaches 66, I'll let you know.
Okay. Never too late to start trying.
Never too late is right. Oh, we've got that wonderful 100-year-old bowler on our show today, and we're going to show you the results of our match. Now,
maybe we'll convince her to have another baby. You never know.
You know, I guess we've talked about this, and I've said I'm not going to fall down or lay down in front of these elderly when I play them in competition. What's that?
Beat the kids also,
and the children, right? You always want to beat the children.
All right, so here we go. Some email came in about this. Maria Mastroianni from Sudbury, Ontario, up in Canada. Regis, I work with the elderly, and I do not think you're being mean at all. Thank you. We are always reminded at work that the elderly are not always frail and weak ladies and men. We stereotypically believe they are. I'll bet that lady can kick your butt. Maria, okay, Maria, we'll see. Now, here's the guy from Brooklyn who's not taking any prisoners. Vincent Faruto, Brooklyn, New York. Hey, Regis, don't listen to Kelly. You just go into tomorrow's game with the 100-year-old bowler with the will of a killer. You show her that no one messes with the Reg. I like this guy. And that you have no remorse, no regrets. Go get a Reg.
Kill. Vincent, what a charmer you are. You're a charmer. What's Vincent's last name?
It's all right. You
No, thank you,
lucky
Vincent.
Mrs. Vincent.
You know, there's a chapter of my life that you don't even really know about, you know?
There are so many chapters of your life that I don't know about,
I'm going to tell you a little bit about this.
Okay.
For 3 years, I worked in an office on the Joey Bishop Show, and this is going going back to the 60s with a guy named Trustin Howard, who was his writer for all those years.
Okay.
And it was tough going, you know, coming up with those jokes and everything. But he's more than just a comedy writer. He's written a couple of books now. And here's one on Walter Winchell and Damon Runyan. Huh. Now, you know, New York has the finest writing talent.
Yes.
Even in our newspapers.
Yes.
These guys are terrific writers.
Really terrific.
And Walter Winchell, I must say, I think was the one who started all this columns, you know what I mean? He was a great columnist for the Daily Mirror. I used to read him when I was a kid. Amazed at all the people who were in there. So anyway, life goes on, and I start the television career in San Diego, and Walter Winchell used to come down there for the summers.
Really?
And I wondered, you know, would he come on the show? And he said, I'll be there, yeah. And so I did a show, but I never told my friend Trustin Howard my adventures with Walter Winchell that night.
No kidding.
And he didn't know about it, and he's written this wonderful book about Winchell and Runyan, but of course, no mention of that situation. But you want to know something? He was such a good friend that he did stick in a wedding picture of me and Joy.
Oh, you're kidding. Oh, that's so nice.
Yeah, there he is, right behind us there.
Now,
see that?
that's a beautiful, I've never seen a picture of your wedding.
I know, I know.
Now, is this at the cemetery? They had like a whole...
No, this is...
They got married at a cemetery.
All right. This
he
is,
did.
This is after the cemetery.
Oh, you had a reception outside of the cemetery.
Yeah, we went to somebody's crypt, you know, okay?
I didn't know if they actually threw
We had a
events
party,
there.
yes. Yes, we had a nice...
That's a beautiful picture.
It is a
that's
nice
a
picture.
gorgeous
Joy looked
dress.
great.
Yeah.
But here's what I wanted to get
Very pretty.
So anyway, Walter Winchell's in town, and I'm in awe because as a little boy, I used to read his column. He started in the late 30s and into the 40s, and he was everywhere. Presidents wanted to talk. FDR
he was
had him
knighted.
to Washington.
Wasn't he knighted?
I don't know if he was knighted or not by the Brits, but he was there in Roosevelt's office a lot. And Louis Lepke, one of the great gangsters here in New York City, confessed and gave up, but only to Winchell.
Okay.
And so it's all here in this book by Trustin Howard, Winchell and Runyan. So anyway, I asked for Winchell to come on the show. He said, I will. Okay. So he comes on the show, and he was a very controversial guy, and a lot of people didn't like him.
Okay.
And so I'm sitting there talking to him, and it's about 12:30 in the morning, and the show is open-ended, and I could look beyond him and see the door leading into the studio.
Yes.
And in come a troop of firefighters with axes, with everything. And so I called for a commercial, and I said to the chief, what's going on? And the chief said, we've had a report of a bomb planted in the studio.
Oh, my gosh.
I said, are you serious? He said, we're serious, and we got to get this found out right now. And so the firemen are going through the studio, and I'm thinking we're live. So I said to the people in the audience, look, there's been a report of a bomb planted in our studio. That's why the firemen are here. That's why the cops are here. But if you'd like to leave, this is the time to leave. It's a 2-minute commercial. So nobody left, but one woman got up and was walking out, and Walter Winchell was offended. He said, lady, in that staccato voice, where you going? Where you going, lady? We've got the Marine Corps. We've got the Navy. All the ships at sea. You know, he's doing all that to her. And she said, look, Walter, I love you, but I'm not going to go to hell with you. And she walked out, and Winchell and I continued the show, and here are a couple of pictures. He's still wearing the fedora.
Look at the fedora and the cigarette. It's such a, oh my gosh, it's such a great
it was
photo.
a lot of fun. And, you know, he used to sing on the street corners of the East Side for pennies, you know. And then he was a tap dancer, and he got into vaudeville, and then he began writing a column.
Wow.
Oh, so anyway... This is why don't you read? It begins right here. This is funny. Walter Winchell giving me a little attention.
Television network executives on both coasts. His name is Regis Philbin. No one rating getter in number one rating getter in Southern California via Channel 10, San Diego to Santa Barbara. His show, he is showbiz from head to toenails, long toenails. Plus style, class, dignity. The only late show personality, I really need my reading glasses, around. We believe who matches Johnny Carson's way with a guest or a coast-to-coast crowd.
Wasn't that a nice plug by Walter Winchell?
Wow.
The thrill of my life.